All right, this is a really serious story. We talk about in the abstract how this escalated, coarsened, more kind of audacious and brazen extremist political rhetoric that has really gone public in a lot of ways since the start of Trumpism has real world consequences. These people are radicalized for real. And then they go out and they do things in the real world. The January 6th Trump riots were a really great example of that. These are people who, in significant proportion, existed online for a long time. And then they went out on January 6th and then they did horrible things. Monday night, there was a mass shooting that took place in Denver. And it turns out that the perpetrator, and we have no, often in these things, we don't name the perpetrator. But in this case, the perpetrator was a known entity. The perpetrator was an individual with a known public white supremacist, alt-right, misogynistic platform or position. We are learning more and more about this shooter. Daily Beast article called "Denver Gunman Left Online Trail of Hate" tells you a lot of what you need to know. Lyndon McLeod, who police say killed 5 people in Denver on Monday, was an author dedicated to alt-right philosophies, including masculine supremacy, contrarian COVID beliefs, and targeted violence against the, quote, weak. McLeod appears to have operated a plethora of Twitter and Instagram accounts under the alias Roman McClay, which he used for his 3-book series, Sanction. In his posts, McLeod seemed to frequently use excerpts from his work to comment on current events, such as a COVID misinformation meme on Twitter featuring Facebook creator Mark Zuckerberg and Microsoft founder Bill Gates. The meme featured the billionaires discussing their approach to the pandemic, with Gates being thanked for mandatory vaccinations, with Zuckerberg congratulated for a, quote, injectable nanoworm. McLeod, who was killed by a Lakewood police officer Monday after shooting her in the abdomen, captured the photo with a quote from one of his characters in his book series. "It's not really a worm so much, however, I understand the point." He gleefully indicated some people required violence to be addressed. While discussing a 2014 YouTube video titled "Mike Tyson Destroys Reporter" on Twitter, McLeod, as his persona McClay, blasted the passive-aggressive reporter and praised Tyson for using direct aggression. During a press conference Tuesday, police confirmed that McLeod, who records showed owned his own tattoo parlor, targeted each of his victims. Right-wing rapper and social media personality known as Zuby hosted McClay on his podcast to discuss Sanction in 2019. The host claimed the book was blowing up Twitter, though he admitted he hadn't read it. Police say during a Tuesday press conference, McLeod previously was investigated, but they didn't comment on why. Kurt Barnes, a spokesman for the Denver police, told the Daily Beast he was not aware of the connection between McClay and McLeod, but would forward the information to investigators. There's a whole tweet history of this guy, including there's a tweet from 2018 where Chloe Valdari tweeted, "Maya Angelou said that if a person is told they are nothing, then they will say, 'Oh, you think I'm nothing? I will show you where nothing comes.' Do you think it's coincidental that at a time when the left is condemning whiteness, neo-Nazi activity is going up on the right?" And Roman McClay, which is believed to be this guy's online persona, said, "Finally, someone is saying this. Maybe Heather Heying will listen to you since she follows you. Good job. Pain demands a response. All of us have limbic systems and feel terrible when society hates us." Invisible Man by Ellison or Sanction, same story, different race. So an entire online history of this guy. Another one of these instances where he wrote, "I start with sexual dimorphism for a reason. Biology is our first clue. Then you look at thousands of years of religions, from Norse to Jew, Christian, and Muslim, all demand female chastity. Then you ask modern men how they perceive unchaste women. 3 levels of analysis which align." So like typical kind of men's rights activist misogynistic stuff. So what's the takeaway here? What's the lesson? The lesson is that his fiction, the fiction that this guy fell for, was the foundation for his actions. And this stuff has real world impact. Also important, because I'm going to do this every time we cover a shooting now. This was a shooting on Monday, okay? Got a lot of attention. There were 110 other shootings on Monday in addition to this one. This is constant. This is a constant backdrop. Check out the specifics on gunviolencearchive.org. But this was one shooting we talked about, and there were 110 other shootings, not mass shootings, 110 other shootings of different kinds, some subset of that, mass shootings. It is a constant in the United States.